Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody's well. I do want to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for every Cancer sign out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember also the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating for you, Cancer, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Thank you, Spirit. Cancer, you're starting out with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You have the Page of Cups. And coming out together is a Three of Swords reverse along with the Wheel of Fortune. So Cancer, you're in a transitional phase here. I feel like you were kind of up in your head, thinking about things. There was a lot of anxiety in your energy, and you're freeing yourself from that. Why? Well, you have the Page of Cups. This is somebody new that's in your energy. For some of you, there could be some sort of a pregnancy or a child involved in this. We have the rabbit with the string around, a red string around the ankle. That does indicate, children or a child. I do feel like, though, you're definitely coming out of a very painful energy with the Three of Swords reversed. There's somebody that's helping you, that's assisting you, that is, guiding you. It could be a new person in your life, or you could just be very happy being a parent or about a pregnancy perhaps. Regardless, you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that after this painful, anxiety-driven energy, you now have things moving in your favor. This is wonderful energy. I feel like no matter what direction you go in, everything's working out for you. It's like a reboot, a new start for you. It's beautiful energy. You're ending a cycle that was very painful, and now you're moving towards things just moving in a wonderful manner. If you notice in this particular card behind this individual, there's a web. Now, a web can either ensnare you, or a web can be used to travel along, depending on your skills and whether you're the fly or the spider. So there's definitely a sense of you freeing yourself from a lot of pain and anxiety that was difficult for you to get out of, a lot of overthinking, and it's like a reboot. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Cancer's energy. Show me who's in Cancer's energy, please. All right, the person in your energy has the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So this does not appear to be the new person in your energy, for some of you anyway. This is somebody who you've stepped out of all this anxiety and they're still in it. They are literally losing sleep at night. There's this, and you know what, Cancer? It's almost because they see you rising. They see you coming out of this energy, and it's only increasing their energy. This is somebody who has been deceptive in the past. They presented themselves in a way that was not accurate or truthful. There was some sort of a conversation, communication that was had that, and it had to do with you freeing yourself, or it could have to do with a new person, or, something to do with a child. But this person has received information that has been painful to them, cutting to them. They're watching you rise, and it's just causing them all kinds of pain. So this has to be somebody from your past, somebody who was extremely deceptive. But they're being cut by their own words is what I'm hearing. So this person may have tried to do harm to you. Whatever they've tried to do to you is returning back to sender. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. I mean, I really would have liked to have seen something new about this new person, or about this child, or, I don't know why this person is persisting in your energy, but they are. And maybe it's because you need to know something about, you know, their mindset. I don't know. I mean, there's always a reason. 9 of Wands in the reverse. So you resolved the issues and the problems that you had by freeing yourself. And they've watched this, and it's just causing them to feel that, you know, their life is getting worse. And legitimately, it does look like it is. It's like a return to sender energy. There's something dark in this person's energy in the background. They want to overcome it, but and grow from it, but they can't. They would have rather have worked things out with you. There's just definitely something that's dark in this person's energy, in the background of their energy, and you freed yourself from this, Cancer, and I feel like you're you're lucky to have done so. You're, well, not lucky, you're blessed to have done so. You're now receiving good karma. I feel like you're being very stubborn about saying, no, I'm not going to be involved in this any longer. Let me see what's affecting this connection. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this person caused you so much pain. There were mind games that were being played. There was a sense of narcissism. This person has a very cutting energy, especially their words. And, you know, it's like you're now moving on. You're moving on. You've got something new happening here. And if you don't, you're looking for new. Your energy is so very vastly different than their energy. And it's because you've been able to come out of that pain and turn that wheel of fortune. You've closed this cycle out. And you're not going back. You're stubborn about it. And I'm glad to see that. You're resolving this by stepping out of it. They're stuck in it, wanting to resolve it, but cannot, because while you're reaping good karma, they're getting that return to sender energy. So, yeah, let me see. They may try to approach you, to contact you, to resolve things. I don't feel like you're interested. Let me see the outcome. The Devil. Ouch. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Cancer, you guys never cease to surprise me. Now you could be dealing with a Capricorn, you know, let's give the devil their due. But you feel this person is the devil. This person really hurt you. And you felt very trapped in this energy. It could have been your own issues, or your own toxic energy was trapping you, because I do feel like you were very determined at some point to, you know, keep yourself within this, even though it was, you know, driving a lot of anxiety. But at this point, you're like completely done with it. Things are moving in a very positive direction in your life. And this person could be in jail. If you look at this card, there's bars. So this person could be imprisoned. They could be in jail. They're definitely very toxic, because the 7 of Swords is out with the devil on their side. And on your side, it comes out with healing and, you know, exiting pain. So you feel this person is the devil. You feel this person is toxic. And I'm telling you, there's some really, really dark energy that is present for them. And I feel like they were trying to send it your way. And now it's like a return to sender energy. So, yeah, this was a toxic connection. And I'm glad to see you're moving out of that. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This person could have been also a bit of a player. They could have been somebody that was in and out of your life for a long period of time. This person could have been very narcissistic. They could have been playing mind games. There's definitely some toxic energy here that has been revealed. They showed themselves to be different than who they really were. But there's an energy of them thinking that they're smarter than everybody else, that they could outwit or outfox everyone else. And they got caught. They got caught up in it. And I feel like at this point, they've been revealed. They're watching you rise, and they're trapped in their own toxic energy. I almost feel like I could end this reading right here and now, but, you know, I'm going to clarify it. I don't feel like you're in communication with this person. So let's look at your energy. Spirit, why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? The Emperor reversed. The Death card in reverse. And there's that Five of Swords reversed. So I do have to tell you, there is some sort of mind games or conflict or something that is not completely over. It's a situation that's spun out of control, or perhaps this person spun out of control. You're resolving it. It's not completely over. There's something to do with a final battle or a final resolution here that has to take place before you can completely sever yourself from this person. You feel that this person has been holding on to your energy. You feel that they're over controlling, that they're not really a good person. The Emperor in the reverse is somebody who is spiteful. They're mean. They are not faithful. There's somebody that tries to control others. And I would have to agree, I really don't like the energy that I'm seeing here. I had somebody say, yeah, I quit listening to your readings because you trashed me in Cancer's reading. So, you know, if you're not any of those things, then and you're a cross watcher, then this is not for you. But the Cancers that I'm talking to have gone through a very difficult period with somebody. There's a final battle that still has to be taken care of here. I don't feel like you're obsessing about it, though. It's almost like you know it has to take place, but you have moved on so much in your energy, and you have such good new things that you're not letting it destroy you. You've moved out of that energy. So let me see this Page of Cups. Show me the Page of Cups for Cancer. The King of Pentacles and Judgment. Yeah. So some of you have found your King of Pentacles. You're in a new connection. It's a connection that may start small, but it will grow into a full-blown commitment here. It tells me also that this person in your energy may want to resolve things with you and to reconcile, but I don't see you going for that. That's another reason they're showing up in your energy. They still want you back, but it's because they see you rising. And they may see you with somebody new. I also feel like for a lot of you, you are really focused on making good judgment calls, particularly in the area of love. Somebody here is, like I said earlier, and it could only be one person, but I see a pregnancy because we do have the rabbit with that red cord. You're going to be reunited with somebody from your soul tribe, and it's going to be a pregnancy. It's going to be a child. This could have been somebody that in a previous life you were married to, or they could have been a father, or perhaps you were the father. But there's somebody is going to be reunited through childbirth with a member of their soul tribe. Yeah, somebody you have high regard for, though, spiritually. So let me look at this bottom energy. Show me the bottom energy. Four of Wands. Ooh, somebody is getting married. Oh my goodness. It started small and it's growing. We have the Lovers. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Magician. So you've been manifesting this King of Pentacles. You've been manifesting a solid, steady connection. Now, if this isn't marriage, this could be moving in together, or, you know, you could be, it's that leveling up. It's saying the past is in the past, and now you know, my life is good. My life is stable. My life, it's a leveling up energy. It's moving in a positive direction. So you've got something here that is leveling up, Cancer. This person has been brought to you. This person has been spiritually guided to you. And it's because you have been putting less effort into the pain and more effort into the good judgment that you've been trying to utilize here. I definitely see you've done so much healing from whatever this past mess was. It was from not working out. It's almost like you're being rewarded for freeing yourself from all of this stuff, from what didn't work, from the pain. And there's this energy of manifestation. And I've been telling you guys for months that your energy is really high level. It's really coming up. A lot of you are working really hard. You're making good judgment calls. You're creating your own stability. And so what I'm seeing is that the transition that you've been going through is complete. It's complete. And you've manifested this. Now, that being said, I have to be honest with you. In the past, you manifested this negative energy as well. So this is, and I think you're aware of it, and this is why you're focusing on making good judgment calls, particularly in the matter of love or with family. So let's look at this person's energy. Show me the Nine of Swords. Show me the Nine of Swords for the person in Cancer's energy. All right, we have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So they know that when they lost you, they lost everything. Yeah, this person was not thinking about this connection from a long-term point of view. So now they're incurring that loss. They're watching you rise. They could be seeing some of you having children, or some of you having, you know, a new person in your life, or getting married. This person feels utterly defeated right now. They feel powerless. They feel powerless in their loss. So, and it's because they're watching you rise. If they could, they would work things out with you. But I feel like you're kind of saying, I've got better things in my life. Let me see the Four of Swords reversed. This person may not have the support of friends and family that they once did. All right, so they feel like the world is against them. The Seven of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords. So, yeah, this person desperately wants to close this cycle out. They're in a lot of pain. You have come out of the pain. This person created pain primarily through their words and their actions, because I got to be honest, I don't like their energy. It was this toxic energy. So this person is now in pain. It's that return to sender. They tried to manipulate you. They tried to manipulate the situation and create, you know, all this discord, all this pain for you. It's now returning back on them. And they're desperate to, you know, move out of it. This person has chaos and pain in their life right now. They desperately want to move out of that. Let me see. They want peace, but it's not forthcoming right now. Let me see the Seven of Swords reversed. Show me the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, so you likely walked away from this person and blocked them entirely, because I see you're not talking with them. So there's a lack of communication. This person, you know, you may have blocked them, but I feel like this person is trying desperately to block the consequences of their own actions here. They would love to be able to come out of this energy and have peace in their life, but they're not going to, because all this deception and toxic energy was revealed. And I feel like they're watching you walk out of their life. They're watching you block them. There's no communication. They feel blocked. And they're realizing how toxic they were. But yet we still see them in the devil energy, which is beyond me. Because you can't speak pretty words and manipulate the situation, and then your life just magically gets better. You can fool people for a short term, but you can't fool spirit, you know? Spirit reads energy. Your words mean nothing. It's the energy. All right, so let me see the Nine of Wands reversed. Show me the energy between Cancer and this person. Page of Swords reversed. And the Six of Wands reversed. Yeah. Your method of resolving the problems was just to cut this person off. You feel that they're a liar. You feel like they lied directly. They lied by omission. They played mind games. They were overly controlling. And you're like, no, I'm exiting this. I do still see a final battle happening here, though. And you may not see it coming. So just be aware. This person realizing that you're rising, they wanted you to fail. They wanted you to experience a loss. And all of this energy that they were trying to push off onto you, and I don't know if they were doing some sort of dark magic, because there is something dark in their energy, in the background of their energy. It doesn't show immediately, although it is beginning to show more and more, and you definitely caught it. But regardless, all that return to sender energy is coming back to them, and they're feeling so powerless as they're watching you rise. They know that there's no way that you're going to work this out with them. Let me see the Five of Swords in the reverse. Oh, hang on. Two of Wands, Five of Cups. Yeah, you're moving in a whole nother direction. You've chosen someone else for a lot of you, and if not, you're open to someone else. You're looking for your King of Pentacles, somebody solid, somebody that's devoted, somebody that would make a good father, a good husband. You're making better judgment calls than you were in the past. And so I just feel like you have all this new and wonderful stuff going on because of the choices that you made. Some of you are making plans to travel as well. This person is sitting over here in the pain, in the chaos, and it's because they're having to learn the lessons from their past actions. They feel unloved. They feel unsupported by others. And they probably are, because they have been kind of jerks in their lives. So now they're having to deal with it. So they're going to try to approach this final battle at some point. And I don't see it coming like this week for sure. And if I do see it, I will let you know. It could be something that is legal. Let me see, because we do see these bars. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome. Show me Cancer's outcome. Totally was not expecting this for you, Cancer. You're like the most exciting reading I've had all week. All right, we have Temperance in the reverse. Look at that. You have the Two of Cups. That's soulmate energy. And they have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. You have it in the upright, and clarifying it is the Four of Wands. Look, Cancer, you've got such good stuff happening. You've got good stuff coming. So, and you've manifested this. You've manifested it. It's wonderful. I do feel like you're looking at this and you're saying, this is a completely unbalanced situation. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm moving in a whole new direction here. And they're over here feeling bad for themselves because they legitimately are in pain, but they've created this pain. And here's the thing, is they were trying to shift that pain over to you, and it came back to sender because you're protected. Look at the angels in your energy here. You're protected. And so I do feel that they waived that protection with Temperance in the reverse. Why? Well, because of their toxic energy. And I'm telling you, some of these people are in jail or going to jail. They've got some bad days coming, and it's because you're getting good karma. They're getting negative karma. So they're watching you walk away. They're watching you rise. They feel blocked. They feel blocked in their life. But it's all a result of this deceptive, toxic energy. So You know, I don't think that anybody is beyond redemption, but some are further away than others. And some are far, far away. I wouldn't even worry about it. Just be aware that in this very unbalanced situation, that this person may try to come back in for a final battle. For some of you, when they do, they're not even going to get through because they're blocked. You've got them completely shut off. However, just be aware, because I do feel like they're going to try to approach for that final battle, and it may catch you unaware. So just be careful. Regardless, I do feel that you have a soulmate coming in. Some of you have a child that, if you're pregnant, or you may soon be pregnant, there's a child that will be a reincarnation of someone from your soul tribe. These are decisions that you've made. You've moved out. You've successfully moved out of a very toxic energy. So congratulations. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot in the reverse. If you are making plans for travel, be very careful with that. We are in a retrograde right now, Mercury retrograde. So there could be some difficulty with your travel plans. So just be sure you're very careful with that. But as an underlying energy, this does tell me that this person took you out of your normal high vibrational energy. You're reclaiming that. You're not moving forward with this person whatsoever. Let me see. Signs that I see. I see Gemini. I see, but you could be involved with a Gemini as well, currently, or an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, as far as this past person, I do see Sagittarius. I see Gemini. Capricorn is here. But it could be really literally any sign. So don't get too hung up on the signs. We have them all in our chart somewhere. Let's pull an advice card for you, pulling from the oracles for Cancer. Yeah, you have overcome something terrible, and I feel like something or somebody tried to really bind you down into some negative energy, and you are not having it. So good for you, and you're protected. All right, so your card says into the unknown. It's number 7, into the unknown. So let's read that. Trust and all will be revealed. Life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times. You're required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. I love that. See, again, just wonderful things happening for you guys. All right, I hope that this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this reading, Cancer, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and by all means, hype this video. Until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.